In this question, the group frequency table gives information about the times in minutes that 80 office workers take to get to work. And in part A, we need to complete the cumulative frequency table. Now, cumulative frequency means that we add the frequencies as we go down the table. So it's an accumulation of all of the frequencies. And so between 0 and 20, we start with the same frequency of 5. But now between 0 and 40, we'd have to add the frequencies between 0 and 20 and 40. And so we'd do 5 plus 30, which gives us 35. And so between 0 and 60 minutes, we'll do 35 plus 20, which is equal to 55. And now between 0 and 80, we'll do 55 plus 15, which will give us 70. Between 0 and 100, we'll add the next number, so we'll have 70 plus 8, which is equal to 78. And finally, between 0 and 120 minutes, our cumulative frequency will be 78 plus 2, which is equal to 80. Now, since our final cumulative frequency value is equal to 80, we can be pretty confident that we've gotten the correct answer, because the final cumulative frequency should always be equal to the total frequency, and we know that the total frequency is 80 because the table above gives information about the times that 80 office workers take to get to work. Now in part B, we need to draw the cumulative frequency graph to represent this information. We have our cumulative frequency table copied below. To start plotting this graph, we need the upper bound of the class width. The first class width is between 0 and 20. The upper bound would be equal to 20, and so we can plot this value against the cumulative frequency of 5. So we need to plot the coordinate 25. And so the next upper bound is equal to 40, and so we can plot this against the cumulative frequency to plot a point of 40, 35. The next point we'll plot is 60, 55. Then we'll plot 80, 70. Next we'll do 100, 78. And finally we'll plot the coordinates 120, 80. And to complete our cumulative frequency graph, we need to join these points together, starting from the origin. Well, now that we've drawn our cumulative frequency graph, in part C, we need to use this graph in order to find an estimate for the percentage of these office workers who take more than 90 minutes to get to work. Well, let's start by finding 90 on our x-axis. And so let's use a ruler to draw a vertical line from 90 up until the graph. And now we can draw a line across to find the cumulative frequency when t is equal to 90. Now looking across, we can see that the cumulative frequency when t is equal to 90 is equal to 75. And so this means that 75 people take less than 90 minutes to get to work. But we need to find an estimate for the percentage of these office workers who take more than 90 minutes to get to work. Well, if we know that 75 people take less than 90 minutes, and the total number of people is 80, we can say that the number of people who take more than 90 minutes to get to work is 80 take away 75, which is equal to 5. So now we've used our graph and we've found out that 5 people take more than 90 minutes to get to work. But in part C, we asked for an estimate for the percentage of these office workers who take more than 90 minutes to get to work. And so to find the percentage, we'll do 5 divided by the total of 80 multiplied by 100. And so we can say that an estimate for the percentage of these office workers who take more than 90 minutes to get to work is equal to 6.25%. Now this question is worth 6 marks. We get the first mark for our correct cumulative frequency table. We get the second mark for correctly plotting all of our points from our cumulative frequency table onto our cumulative frequency graph. And the third mark for a smooth line that joins these points together. We get the fourth mark for using the graph in order to find that the number of people who take less than 90 minutes is 75, and for therefore deducing that the number of people who take more than 90 minutes is equal to 5. We get the fifth mark for using this value in order to find a percentage by doing 5 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. And we get the last mark for getting a correct estimate that the percentage of these office workers who take more than 90 minutes to get to work is 6.25%.